When faith becomes a mental prison, religious OCD and the illusion of scrupulosity. Faith is supposed to free the mind, not lock it inside a cage of fear. But what happens when faith turns into obsession? When the gentle whisper of spirit is replaced by the screech of compulsion? That is what the world calls religious OCD, or scrupulosity. It is the constant checking, the endless confessing, the desperate ritualizing, all rooted in the belief that God is a fault finder who waits for mistakes. But what does A Course in Miracles teach? It teaches that God does not find fault at all, for fault itself is a projection of a guilty mind. The Course says, you can enslave a body, but an ideal is free, incapable of being kept in prison or limited in any way except by the mind that thought it. That is the heart of scrupulosity. The body kneels, the lips move, the hands wash, but the mind remains chained by the belief that sin is real. The rituals are not devotion. They are shackles forged by guilt. A Catholic man repeats confessions as if the first absolution was not enough. A Muslim woman checks her prayer rug for flaws, terrified that God will reject her offering. A Jew runs again and again to the rabbi to make sure the law was kept. A Hindu spins elaborate rituals to guard against blasphemous thoughts. What do they all share? The same forgotten truth. The only prison is the mind. The Course calls guilt the preservers of time. And that is what compulsion is. A way of stretching time out endlessly, as if salvation were always just one more ritual away. But salvation is not in time. It is now. Imagine a prisoner bound by chains for years, eyes cast down so long in darkness he forgets the light. When the gate swings open, he does not leap up, for he does not remember freedom. This is the scrupulous believer. The door is already open, but fear tells him it is safer to stay inside. The ego whispers, "Do it again. You did not pray right. You did not wash right. You did not mean it enough." But spirit whispers something else. You are already free. Faith misplaced is pain. The Course says, the ego rewards fidelity to it with pain, for faith in it is pain. What is faith in rituals but faith in fear? Faith in a God who might condemn at the smallest slip. That is not faith. That is terror dressed in religious clothes. True faith is not compulsion. It is trust. The Course says, put all your faith in it, and God Himself will answer you. It does not say put your faith in washing or confessing or repeating. It says put your faith in truth. Truth needs no reassurance. When faith is placed in God, there is no more checking, no more scrubbing, no more rehearsing lines of confession. There is rest. Religious OCD is the ego's parody of devotion. It replaces love with fear, presence with rituals, freedom with prison walls. But the miracle worker does not strengthen the prison. He blesses, and the blessing undoes the distortion. That blessing is not another ritual. It is a simple remembrance. Nothing has gone wrong. The Course teaches that illness itself is a form of magic. Why? Because it tries to make real what is unreal. And isn't that what scrupulosity is? It takes nothing, a thought, an impulse, a doubt, and makes it real by endless repetition. Illness, the Course says, holds the seeds of pestilence in every form of ill because it is a wish to keep apart and not joined. Scrupulosity is the perfect symbol. It is a wish to keep apart, from God, from peace, from wholeness. But no ritual can heal what is not real. Only love can heal. Think of water. When you hold dirty hands under flowing water, the water washes without effort. It does not check, it does not rewash, it does not demand perfection. It simply flows. Love is like that. It flows and cleanses because it is its nature, not because you asked in the right words or knelt at the right angle. Religious OCD is trying to trap that water in a thimble, pouring it back and forth until the mind believes it is finally clean. But the water never needed help. It only needed release. When faith becomes a mental prison, it is no longer faith at all. It is fear disguised as obedience. The Course says, the power of decision is your one remaining freedom as a prisoner of this world. That decision is simple. Where will faith be placed? In rituals or in truth? In fear or in love? You who were a prisoner are now free, not by perfect rituals, not by endless confessions, but by the remembrance that sin never was, guilt never was, and God never condemned. Faith in fear made the prison. Faith in love dissolves it. And the instant you place faith in love instead of fear, the walls crumble. Scrupulosity becomes sanity. The prisoner walks free. And faith at last becomes what it was always meant to be. The quiet certainty that you are safe, whole, and forever loved.